I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up entertainment. Out actress Kristen Stewart may leave U.S. over Trump. Twilight star Kristen Stewart says she may leave the United States if Donald Trump follows through on what she calls terrifying threats to the film industry. In an interview with The Times, Stewart discussed her directorial debut, The Chronology of Water, a biographical drama about Olympic hopeful Lidia Yuknavitch. The film was shot in Latvia, and Stewart said, quote, would have been impossible to do in the States, end quote. The bisexual actor who married screenwriter Dylan Meyer in 2025 criticized Trump's proposals to impose a 100% tariff on films made outside the U.S., saying, quote, reality is breaking completely under Trump, but we should take a page out of his book and create the reality we want to live in, end quote. Asked whether she would continue living in the United States, Stewart was blunt. She said, quote, probably not. I can't work freely there, but I don't want to give up completely. I'd like to make movies in Europe and then shove them down the throats of the American people, end quote. After rising to fame as Bella Swan, Stewart has built a career spanning blockbusters and queer cinema, including Love Lies Bleeding and Spencer. The Chronology of Water, starring Imogen Poots, explores trauma, survival, and queer identity. When Rosie O'Donnell moved out of the United States, and the
Ellen DeGeneres, too.
But Rosie O'Donnell specifically, Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened her life.
Absolutely.
This rich white liberal, like all liberal elite POSs, are like, oh, it's tough. I'm just going to move. And not even for like fear that she has to fight for this country. Oh, I don't want to deal with tariffs. Well, oh, you poor thing.
And that's what I was about to say. Her moving outside the United States and then making the movies outside the United States means there will be tariffs.
Yeah.
So I deal with tariffs every day. I work for a manufacturing company based in Hong Kong. So I deal with tariffs every day. And I have to describe to people how tariffs work and who actually pays them and the other countries don't pay them. We do. So her leaving the country doesn't solve the problem. In fact, staying in the country would actually help solve the problem, right? And our film industry here is actually really big. So I don't understand why. I mean, there's only so much you can film in the United States. Yes, we have tons of different, we have mountains and deserts and moonscapes and forests and yada, yada, yada.
And 4 seasons in some places?
Yeah, exactly.
We're overthinking the economics of this. No, I don't think she's looking at this as a
she's not, but she's not. But if I'm filming a movie based in Paris, guess where I'm going? I'm going to Paris. So you can only do so much on a sound stage.
Yeah.
You can only do so much with CGI.
And AI.
Well, and AI. She specifically can only do so much. I mean, she wants to shove more movies down the American people's throats. And I'm like, first off, Twilight was enough, dear. We didn't need 3 of that to begin with. And just I think have more respect for the American people. If you want this country to function, don't run away.
Agree.
Fight for this country. There are people in Minnesota dying to protect this country right now. And this woman is saying this stuff.
She's going to run.
From her mansion.
I know.
And she has the means to.
Of course, that's actually the biggest point that we haven't even talked about. Not everyone can flee. Right. And that is a huge difference between white people with money and a lot of people that can't flee this country.
Well, and white people with money, Ellen DeGeneres left, and now she's coming back.
Well, she's got to hang out with her friend George Bush.
It didn't work out for her. And then Rosie O'Donnell did leave, and she is happy where she is. There's a good geographical distance between her and the orange malignancy, but we'll have to see. The thing is, what kind of sacrifices are movie studios and distributors are they willing to make if the president, as I like to call him, remember the movie The Terrifier? I like to call him the Tariff Ire, a.k.a. Fart the Clown, if he follows through on his threat.
Do you think more movie studios will do more Melania documentaries?
But the thing is, though, offshoring movies is nothing new. I mean, it has been, there are multiple supposedly big budget blockbusters that were shot in China because they want to cater to Chinese audiences. Hollywood companies don't just do business with American theaters.
Agreed.
They sell their movies, they distribute it internationally.
Right. Agreed.
That is why Hollywood and American culture has spread so far and wide.
You have to wonder who's putting this in his ear, because he's
Stephen
not
Miller?
smart. I mean, who? I mean, he's not even smart enough to think of this. And this hatred, this Hollywood hatred stuff.
A lot of it is knee-jerk reaction. So again, I'm literally on a call every Monday with my corporate office on finding out what country has what tariff at what level every Monday, and it changes every Monday.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be someone somewhere that he's like, I need leverage. So therefore, I'm going to put 100% tariff on this, and then that country is going to go, oh no, because we have a big, movie sound lot, whatever it is, and they're going to go, no, we're going to give you these concessions.
He's not putting the leverage on Kristen Stewart.
yeah.
Then in that case, the biggest victim is Canada.
Well,
Because Canada takes a lot of Hollywood productions.
But the one thing I will say in all this economics talks, I was all ready just to bash and white liberal, but fine.
Sorry for bringing
The only semi-positive thing with what you just said about Trump's crazy tariffs is the business community has been able to manage these wacky, all over the place regulatory fines, which is what they basically are, quite easily, which means that for those that want government to actually regulate businesses, they won't collapse. When you hear businesses say stuff will collapse, it won't. I'm not saying we should be doing what Trump's doing, just saying the business community can handle a lot more than people think.
They can. It has been difficult, I will say. It's not been easy, and some of the businesses have come and said, we're going to pull this. Yeah. Sir Trump, if you keep doing this.
And the way it's affecting the consumer, just the average consumer.
Oh yeah, it's costing us a fortune.
Yeah, ultimately, all the cost is passed down to the consumer. That's what tariffs does.
Right.
The tariff's central function of a tariff is to encourage domestic production over
Bobby,
imports.
Does this cost us more than the
There will
time?
be no domestic.
Bobby, has this cost us more than the time we lost watching the Twilight movies?
I have no idea. I never watched Twilight movies. I never read one of those.
And this is why you should still teach economics in high school. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.